What's up, guys? We are starting a new series on the channel today. I got this idea from THDesigns. I'll pop him up. He started this series called Wheel of Wonders, and it really caught my eye. He uploaded the wheels, or not really uploaded, but he gave out the link for the wheels, and so I figured, why not give that a shot? So it's not going to be called Wheel of Wonders, obviously, because that's his whole thing, and it's a really cool idea. He's really good at this game, or with decorating and everything. I, on the other hand, am not. So the whole point of this is to hopefully better my skills in decorating and theming things, and creating better rides and areas for, theme parks and stuff. So we're going to get into a new sandbox park, and we are going to call this park the Fate of the Rails. I don't know what we're gonna get here. I have the wheel of everything, and it's gonna give us the challenge for the ride. We have to follow either maximum friction, has to be this tall, has to be this short, anything. So here is our park. It is empty. It is very, very empty. And depending on what the wheel gives us, will determine what our park is going to look like. So I'm just going to get, real quick, a little path built here. Okay, here is our little path that I built for our main street, or main street entrance kind of thing. I'm sorry, I go to Disney a lot, and so that the main street is kind of like stuck on the mind for like your main entranceway. This is our entry into the park. I'm thinking I want to, I don't know how we're gonna do this, but since we're already here and we don't have anything going on in the park yet, let's hop over to the wheel and find out what our first challenge is going to be for the Fate of the Rails theme park. Okay, so here is the wheel. This is going to be our challenge wheel. Has everything in here that they have, that THDesign has, and he released for this. So yeah, we're going to look at all of these, or spin the wheel and see what our first coaster will be. So let's find out. Well, that's, okay. So that literally means that we have to build the coaster in reverse. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. Fun. All right. The thing is we're not gonna know how much speed we have. We don't know how much momentum we're gonna have. We don't. That's the challenge with this. This is gonna be interesting. Now we're at the we're at the coaster model now. I don't think I'm gonna have all of these coaster models because he has all of the updates, or all the DLCs. I don't have all of them at the moment, so we might have to adjust this wheel a little bit, but we're gonna find out if we have the coaster model that this wheel will select. Multiverse Coaster LSM. Okay. So let's take a look here. I want to create a custom. The Multiverse Coaster. Wait, what model did it want? Multi-Coaster LSM. Multiverse Coaster LSM. This one. So we're going to be building this coaster backwards. And it wants us to, it says to build the station last, but I don't know if we're really going to be able to build the station last, because you have to start it. But we can delete it and go back from there and decide like where the station is. But I think to start with this challenge, we're just gonna start with the station here. And I want to shorten it just a little bit. Oop, never mind. That is the shortest the station can go. Yes, so we have to build it backwards. So we have to literally build it from the block station back. So this is gonna be fun. Okay. So we have our block station built. We are gonna need to get power eventually for this ride. But the other thing is we won't be able to test this ride. We can't test it because there's no track for it to run. So we're not gonna know anything about this. So this is gonna be interesting. Let's head over and find out what our final element of this ride will be, which is going to be the first one that we will build. Disclaimer, I don't know a lot of coaster. I mean, I do know a bit of coaster elements, but I don't know all of them like off the top of my head. So we do have we have Coasterpedia up, and it has all of the types of elements, what we're going to be looking at, and kind of how we will build it. So yeah, let's here's our element wheel. Let's see what a finish loop. Okay, so a finish loop is an inversion that consists of a twisted dive followed by a vertical loop. Okay, where you got any pictures of it? There's only 3 of them in the world. Okay, so this is what a finish loop looks like. You go into the loop, and then you come back up, but then you kind of barrel roll out of it into a dive. So the dive is going to come... Okay. Okay, so there is our finish loop. It's not very proportioned that well. But yeah, it's done. Okay, let's head over to the element wheel and see what our next element will be. Next element, a 0G roll. That one is not that hard to build. That one should be pretty easy. My main concern with that one is we also don't know like how fast we're going, and considering that our brake run right here is at 24 feet and our final element is 73 feet tall. This is... I may have dug myself a huge grave here. So there's our 0G roll. I realized that we didn't go look at what a 0G roll is. Basically, if you've been on the Incredible Hulk at Universal Studios in Florida, that's what you go through right out of the launch. Here you can see it on another ride. Like it's basically just you invert at the top of a hill, and you just do kind of like a tall corkscrew in a way. That's what we got built right here. So that is our 0G roll. We obviously won't know any of the results of this ride until after we finish building it, and I don't know if an 81-foot tall loop is going to be short enough for the speed that we will have coming through here. We'll have to see when we get to the end of this. Let's go and find out our next element. A wave turn. That one is simple. It's like you see on... It's like this. It's mostly on RMCs. You see them a lot on RMCs now. as it's a form of airtime coming out, or you know, they bank you, and yeah. Okay, so there's our wave turn. Not exactly the most pretty. I'm apparently horrible at building elements. So yeah, that's our wave turn. That's our third element. It's at 73 feet. It's even shorter than this one. That's we might have to. This is we're going the opposite direction of where we want to be with this, because we want to be like getting smaller in elements as we get closer to the end, not shorter. So maybe raising that up to 95 will work. I don't know. Maybe. All right, let's. We got the like end of the. We have the border of the park right here, so we might have to like wrap it this way. I'm thinking if we can get like a cutback. If we could get a cutback type element here, to where we can, you know, kind of maybe wrap it around here, and then get to the start. Because this has to be a launch coaster, so it's very well possible that we have to have multiple launches throughout the ride. Also, we will use a random number generator to find out what we will launch the coaster at. So that also will... I don't know if we should do that, because if the random number generator speed doesn't allow us to make it all the way through, then we're SOL, and we need like a way to get our car through the track. So yeah, let's head back over to our element wheel, and we'll see what our next element is. A reverse cobra roll. Okay, so a reverse cobra roll. I'm guessing this is what a reverse cobra roll is, because I couldn't find it anywhere on Coasterpedia. Okay, so there is our reverse cobra roll. It looks very, very, very weird. I apologize for that. I, again, am not the best element builder in Planet Coaster. As you saw, I did have to stretch this out because this is now up to 106 feet. This is up to 88. This is up to 95. Like, I'm hoping we have enough speed, and this isn't like too... This could be very bad. This looks like it could be very forceful through this turn. So we might have a lot of editing, post-editing to do once we, but that's the thing, this challenge is build it backwards, and so we're building it backwards. We might get another 4 to 5 elements in here, so let's hop over to our element wheel and see what our next element will be. A lagoon roll. Okay. So a lagoon roll is similar to the Heartline, but the second half goes the opposite direction, so it gets you... Okay, so yeah, I do know what this element is. It's exactly as it shows right here. Actually, here's a better shot of it. Comes through here, it goes completely upside down, but then on your way out, it spits you back through the opposite direction. So this element, this may have to be block sectioned. And so let's see, we got 4 elements here, a 5th element with a lagoon roll. We may have to do a block section, have it come through the lagoon roll in a block section, or we just bring this up and we build it hopefully where it'll have less momentum. I'm thinking we kind of do like a 0G roll, like a modified 0G roll with a lagoon roll. So like a, you know, like let me just show you. Okay, so there's our lagoon roll. I'm kind of starting to think that we might just have to kind of like launch up to this, and this will be the ride. I don't know how long of a ride this is going to be, considering that we have how tall is this? 106. That's 106. Okay, so yeah, 100. I like the idea of 100. So yeah, we now have it set up to go 100 feet after this from 106 feet of lagoon roll. Now the question is, how are we getting up here? Because essentially I didn't really need to build that, but at the same time, I don't think we know where we're going. Okay, so it's kind of like a little downward helix very slightly. It's just so that way we can keep our speed going through there. Yeah, we're going to go back to our element wheel, and we're going to see what else we are going to have to put onto this ride. The element is... Jesus. A step up underfoot. Okay, so this is the Joker at Six Flags Discovery Island? Discovery Kingdom. So I believe the element we're looking for is this one right there. So yeah, it's basically just a 0G roll. It's basically like a 0G roll that ends up not completely coming out of it and you're diving out of it. So we have to build this backwards. This could work, hopefully. I'm hoping this works. We'll have to see. But yeah, that should be a fun element to start off the ride. We could have it launch into that because it can go up, do the 0G roll, and then spin out to come out. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's what we're gonna do. This is going to be the first element of the ride, but the final element that we're building. So we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're gonna have 6 elements on this multiverse coaster. Unfortunately, we're not gonna have any like ride elements like spring lifts, the switch tracks, anything like that. The turntables, we're not going to include any of those on this ride. Maybe we could get those like specifically for this coaster. If we get this coaster again, I can add another few. I can put these elements in here so that way we can get those added into the ride. But the main thing with those is it adds like a lot of time to the ride time, and it messes up block sections a lot. So let's build this first and final element of the ride, which is going to be the step up underfoot. Okay, as I'm talking over my cat's head, we have made the step up underflip to come out and then kind of bend back into this giant uphill. It wasn't in our element wheel. I just added it to kind of, because we have to go down out of the step up underflip. So to get into the lagoon roll, because it's all the way up here, we built this uphill section. So hopefully we have enough speed to get up there. I'm thinking, I don't know if we can do another element. We might just have to kind of find our way to get to here from the station. So I'm gonna start working on that in hopes that, we can get our launch built, and that way we can make it up this hill and through this insane ride. We got all our track supports back. Hallelujah. So now this is going to be the interesting part of figuring out how we are getting to this section for our launch. I lifted it so that way we have room to move our train and you know, that way it's not okay. Tree. Excuse me. No! We're fine. I'm going to try to figure out how to get us from here to here, which is going to consist of our launch section. And we'll figure out how fast we're gonna need to be going. I have a feeling we need to be going fast. Probably around 60 miles an hour. I'll just put it there, and we will see. Okay, so here is our layout of our brand new first roller coaster of our brand new theme park. I'm going to test it, and we will see what happens and how it goes, so stay tuned. Okay, so we have finally finished editing the coaster as it's running through the first test of it. Took quite a bit of editing. We had to fix the speed, we had to add a couple speed boosts along the way and modify quite a bit. As you see, it comes through that top pretty fast. But in order to carry this momentum through the ride, we needed it to be fast. And there's a few moments of some pretty high G's, like I think it capped at 5 or 6 maybe, which is a lot, but it's not sustained for that long. This loop, it takes it very slow. The final element of the finished loop is pretty slow, but other than that, I mean, it looks pretty good. Let's wait for the test results to come in and see what we got here. Wow. Okay. 6.02 on excitement. I'm actually very shocked by these test results, because this is a multiverse coaster. It's not supposed to do these inversions. Like, it's not supposed to go this fast. It's not supposed to do these things. But it is, because that's what the wheel gave us. And so now we have an inverting multiverse coaster that doesn't do anything that the coaster was supposed to do. And that's our ratings. Max vertical G of 6.18. Minimum, we got almost -2. I'm assuming this is like right here, because this airtime, like crest of the hill, is pretty crazy. 7 total inversions, 3 counts of airtime for 2.35 seconds. That's, for this type of ride that is a lap restraint, that's pretty crazy. That's a lot of that is a lot of airtime. Yeah, I mean, max speed of almost 70 miles an hour, 69.1 miles an hour, average speed of almost 30, 3,730 feet of track length, 85-second ride. Let's head over to our theme wheel and see what theme we get for this ride, and what I'm gonna have to eventually make this ride look like. Oh boy. Okay, mythology. Okay. Thank goodness there is a mythology theme in here. So we do have, you know, quite a bit of stuff to work with. There's some pretty cool spots that we could get some elements in here that, you know, I don't want to just constantly use custom, but it will give me kind of an idea of what we could build. Like maybe, you know, plopping this guy somewhere along the ride, you know, stuff like that. Get some things going through, or, you know, take like the archway, take an archway, put them through an archway type thing. So, you know, we'll get into that. And for me, who knows how long theming is going to take. Yeah, I'll see you guys in a second. All right, what's up, guys? It's been like over 12 hours or something like that. It's been a long time since I've gotten back onto this game. This is our final result. I like how I said right before this that I didn't want to use pre-built Planet Coaster buildings, and yet here I am using pre-built Planet Coaster buildings. But granted, it gave me a lot of ideas of where to place things, and so I'm not upset with it. I'm actually really I impressed myself. I surprised myself a lot with the before and after of this. So yeah, the ride is called Poseidon. I'm gonna show you a couple things. We got our first launch here, kind of going through like a Pantheon type building. The station itself is in like an entire Pantheon type building, with Poseidon on each end of it in golden statues. We got him up here on this turnaround. We've got another one right here, and then we've got another one right here at this turnaround. I tried to put some little buildings to make it kind of look like a village, and then there's this little ruin over here. It kind of looks like a Medusa's, like a Medusa cavern entrance. I might kind of edit this to look more like a cave, because it's kind of a gateway. So maybe I'll edit this and make it like a cave, and put it, kind of make it darker in there, like she's in the cave or whatever. But yeah, I'm actually really impressed with this. Let's get down to a first-person view. I'll show you. Here's Poseidon. This is our entrance. We walk through the queue. We got a couple giant towers here in the middle of the queue. Give the passengers something to look at, especially on the way out. You got this nice big archway. Got a little statue tower right here. Little, I say, it's ginormous. Little statue inside. I keep saying little, it's huge. So we go through the queue, and then we have a little house here. I like the little house here. And up into the station here. You got. Yeah, I feel like it looks really good, especially with the terraforming of the rocks and everything. It kind of gives it its little own area, and I wanted to make it more rocky looking, so that way it kind of matches like Greece and stuff like that, more mythological, like. So yeah, I'm actually really happy with this. I'm gonna get into the cinematic here, and then we'll get the POV and everything, but. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with this. For my first build for this, and doing kind of more in-depth stuff, adding flora and fauna and props and everything to the ride. I'm actually really, really happy with this. So I hope y'all enjoy the way it looks, and then hopefully, you know, once we get the POV, hopefully y'all will like that. So we'll code over to the cinematic and code over to the POV. So hope you enjoy.